The matchup of the day for today is the Wizards, who are visiting the Orlando Magic. Pips is going to go through some of the angles that he has for this game, what he expects to see, and potentially some leans and how you can bet on this one. Hoping to get some of your thoughts into this one. What do you like to point out about the Wizards and the Magic, especially with some of the other big games in the slate? What do you have in this one?
So for this one, I'll just go to like these teams. Like Wizards are playing classic drop coverage, but not classic as some teams. But like they're playing the Bucks way of defending. That's not over helping. So guys that usually drive and that can shoot the mid range will do well. Bigs like centers that can like self create, like Sabonis that can just get the ball, post up, and attack the rim. Guys that can shoot from the like mid range, that like Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Wendell Carter Jr. Wendell Carter is not in the first three players, of course, like type of player, but he can shoot, and that will probably be useful against the Daniel Gafford. And in the so if you take a look at the Wendell Carter, he's shooting like 20% of his shots from the mid range. He's shooting 40% of his shot from the 3-point line. So 60% of his shots are great against drop coverage. So he could be the one of the Orlando Magic roster that could do well. Markel Fultz, as we spoke about, is amazing from mid-range, so he should do well as well. Also drives, and that's if we take a look like Wizards kind of defense, so that's the thing to exploit there. The second part is Orlando Magic defense, and that's where things get interesting. So last two games we had, they played against the Clippers and they played against the Phoenix Suns. And the interesting part of these games is Devin Booker against the Magic in a close game scored 19 points, and that was the game without KD. And the thing is, Gary Harris is one of the best players that you can use in your sports betting when you're betting player props, because he's one of the best denial players in the league. So when he's guarding like Buddy Hield, or Buddy Hield shoot like usually he shots like 18 times a game. When you have Gary Harris on him, he'll shoot 10. Like he will get his attempts like 30 to 40% down because he just deny him the ball and like exclude him for the game. So he's probably the best. I catch up on this when Gary Harris was playing at the
Nuggets.
Denver Nuggets, and I bet Devin Booker under against him like I think like maybe 10 times. Like it's kind of crazy, but I'll just pull up the numbers. Booker against the Gary Harris for some of you. So like yeah, so since from 2019, Devin Booker against Gary Harris, 18 points, 12 points, 11 points, 21 points, 22 points, 31 points in overtime, 26 points, 19 points. So that's 10 game stretch, and then Booker gone over once, and his average is like 17 points, while his average is like 27 for the season.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
Gary Harris amazing. Whenever he's guarding your guy, there could be closing line value, like it could be everything. But when Gary Harris is this on your guy that you have overrun, you'll probably get under like 80% of the time. Like that's the thing. Also, not only that Gary Harris was guarding Devin Booker, it was also double teams and blitzes and hedges on Devin Booker, so he was unable to shoot at all. So not only that he was denied the ball, but when he got the ball, they were blitzing and hedging screens him, and they did almost the same thing against Paul George. Paul George still got there late into the game in the last. He was like heavily under, and in the last minute he scored like 8-9 points and win by one field goal made over. So why I'm speaking about this, because he's playing Bradley Beal against tonight. So that could be huge. So Gary Harris and Bradley Beal with double teams, with switches, with everything could be the spot. I am never betting Bradley Beal under, because he is just unbelievable shot maker, and he can get, like, if whatever you throw at him, if he's aggressive enough, he'll cover this line. And he was covering this line unbelievably great with when Kuzma is out. He shot like 25 times a night. But with all this focus on Bradley Beal, we know they will like completely focus on stopping Bradley Beal, because there's no one else. Like Porzingis is there, but they have a good matchup for him in Wendell Carter. And I will actually wouldn't be surprised if Wendell Carter is defending Porzingis and you have Banchero on Gafford. So with all this focus, we could see like more assists from Beal when he's passing out of ice defense, of hedges, of everything. And other role players could step up in this game and score a lot. One of these players is Kispert. I didn't check for his line, but that could be a good spot. Kispert is. I never saw him miss a wide open three. I don't think his line is up yet, but I expect him to start the game, to play big minutes, and he'll score like 15 points. That's what I expect him to do tonight. And I'm honestly saying, like, I never seen Corey Kispert miss a wide open three. Like, and I watch a lot of games, especially as of late. So I'll just go like in 2023. So over the last 35 games, Kispert is shooting 44%, 43.5% from the three. Like, that's amazing. And with all this attention on Bradley Beal, he'll get open. And he's one of the best cutters in the game. That also works against the Orlando Magic, because they're switching so they can lose their guys. So yeah, that's Bradley Beal will score. Don't bet over on Bradley Beal points. I still think he can cover it, but it will be quite difficult. His assist could be the thing to work. Porzingis will get more offensive usage tonight, but he will have good cover against probably Wendell Carter. If they put Banchero on him, Porzingis will cook. And that's it. But I won't be also surprised if they double team when Porzingis tries to post up. So it will be a very interesting game, very interesting schemes. It's predicted to be a close game. So this late into the season, when the game starts to matter, teams usually adjust. They don't stick to their like usual type of playing. When the game matters, they usually go out of way and double team some guy and change offensive scheme. And this game matters for Wizards, not so much to Magic, but they still compete and try to win every game. So I'll just expect them to, like, last couple of games they did a great job. I'll just check one more thing, but I think I was also right on this one. The last game they played the Lakers, and I expect, like, everyone was on Anthony Davis. And I was like, if they double team Paul George, if they double teamed Devin Booker, they will double team and have make it life difficult for Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis scored only 15 points in a very close game. So, like, expect the same thing for Beal, and same thing probably for Porzingis in some parts of his game.
All right, so lots of food for thought on that one. Plenty of opportunities to look at for the Magic and the Wizards. I myself take that information, and we'll be waiting for some Kispert lines to open up and see how all of those go down. This was a clip taken from our Pick and Roll live show, which you can catch right here on the Board YouTube channel, the NBA content division of the Hammer Betting Network, every weekday around 11:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to the channel and drop a like to catch all the live shows or for more clips just like this.